We are gonna play a game. It's gonna be a fun little game, Play along, okay? I'm gonna step outside my castle and I'm gonna show you guys a view. And the first thing that comes to mind, you're gonna yell out loud for me, okay? Super easy. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's step outside. What do you see? Nothing, dude. It's nothing, dude. What are we doing, man? We've been in this world. Let's look at the stats. How long have we been in the world? Almost 8.5 days. And we haven't really done anything to this hillside. Now that we have other views that are kind of more interesting, this hillside over here really, really stands out. So we're going to be focusing on making this hillside look a lot better. But that's not all. That's not all. We're also going to be building up a very, very tall mountain in the back. And I really actually want to give this build a run for its money for tallest build. I'm in a very big, let's build something really tall phase right now. So this mountain over here, I actually kind of want it to make this build look a little small. I think that's going to be a fun challenge for today. But I want to start with this hillside first, just to kind of get my feet wet, get my socks wet. Come on, coach. Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. That's what this hill is saying right now. This hill wants me to do it. This hill wants me to do it real good. Gotta do this hill. We gotta do this hill from the back. Everything but the back. Who's gonna notice that? Why did I put that there? You know, the natural generation in Minecraft is actually something to be very happy about that we have these days, because it used to be all flat. It used to be all just crap. Now we got this. Sugarcane farm. Oh wow, it looks so good up here. We're gonna move it. I wanted to show you guys sort of the technique that I'm planning on using for this hillside right here. Let's pretend this is the edge of the mountain right here. We're gonna tower up 3 blocks on all of these blocks right here, and then we're gonna bring it forward a little bit. And so right there, I just did this in like 30 seconds. That's what I'm thinking about this hillside, kind of bringing it closer to this pathway and extending this hillside back there. I hope that made sense. I'm not the best coach, but I didn't coach at all in the last episode when I was building this up. I just said build bigger, hoping that would be the big thing that you guys took away. So this lamppost is definitely in the way, so let me remove that really quickly. Okay, lamppost is gone. I want to show you guys how I'm going to detail this mountain up. So I'm going to kind of go in and darken it in a few areas like so. And then I'm going to let's just remove those 2 blocks and then these 2 blocks right there. So that's going to kind of darken up the bottom of the build, right? And then we can go in there and add, great. All right, take 2. We're going to add some cobblestone right there. And then we can take out a few of these blocks, maybe add some andesite and maybe another piece of cobblestone right there. And boom. And it starts to rain. But for the top part of the build, all I kind of do is add in a little bit of green, and I kind of just alternate between the blocks. So if I do 3 there, I'll do 3 right there. Oh yeah, that looks really, really good. I can see all the details. Please. It's actually almost invisible. Okay, this is a really rough sketch of how I'm going to do this, all right? I didn't really know. This is a really rough sketch of what I want it to look like. But you guys, I hope you guys can get the idea and maybe are kind of like learning something. All right, so it's no Mona Lisa, but it's gonna be this big. I'm just gonna tear this down and I'm gonna do the whole thing. You guys are gonna see. We could talk about it a little bit. All right. I don't know. Enjoy this time lapse of me doing something. Oh, I got a confession, guys. My creeper farm isn't working. It's not working at all. I have snow golems, or I had snow golems in these pillars right here, but all of them, besides 2 of them, are dead. And I think there was like maybe 21 total snow golems in there. Only 2 are alive. Problem with this boat, I thought it was gonna look cool having like a little bit of grass in a boat, and now literally both bees just got stuck. Oh yeah. Great detail. And I also added in these like cave entrances with the sculk blocks, and I think that looks really, really cool. Going on over here, guys, I got some walls coming down, some basalt, which I think is the first I've used of it in this world. And something I learned while I was filming up the last episode is if you bone meal this block right here, you get a chance at getting warped roots and warped fungus. I honestly did not know that, but you can get that if you bone meal that block right there. That's cool. Added another little bridge right here. boat, that's supposed to represent like bubbles if it's crashing down on the, the water below. Just trying something new there. Got another little cave entrance. But this is my favorite part of the entire thing that I built up, is this lush overhang, this extension of the mountain coming down on this side. And we got all these vines coming down, the lantern, and then the very, very beautiful view of the greenhouse in the background. I am obsessed with this view right here. This was totally unintentional right here. I just saw that I had some like rocks, some cobblestone and stuff like placed right there. You guys can see right there, I have some more. And I was just like, man, what if I like tried to make like an overhang right here? That looks so cool. I'm really, really happy with this. One of the last details I want to highlight before we move on is the cracked stone brick block. I've never used this block until this season, really. I mean, I've used it in different walls before. I don't think I used it on my castle at all. I used it a ton on last episode's build. Anyways, I really, really like this cracked stone brick. I've always gone for just like stone, andesite, and cobblestone when I've built up my hillsides in the past, but the cracked stone brick looks really, really nice. Anyways, if we go outside this door, this is the new view immediately coming outside, and it looks really, really cool. You guys can see I've been playing around with some things back there. I'll talk about that in a second, but I'm really, really happy with how this all looks. I even added a second little tree up there, just using some pretty much the same methods that I used when I was building up this tree down here next to the greenhouse. So quick little how-to, how did I come up with this shape? You pretty much just build up a Y. So you start out with something like that, come over this way, and like that. Come back down to this first spot that you broke apart from, and then again, tower up a little bit, and then you can go back down and just kind of see what you came up with. That's pretty much the shape of the trees that I've been building up in the season that are of this size. That's just a quick little how-to on how I've been doing these trees in this world. I hope that helps. Let's take this down. So I'm loving part one of this episode so far, guys, but you can see I've been kind of working on the second part of this episode as I've been working on this one. So I kind of doubled up on my pillars over there. So those are now 2 blocks wide, and it kind of gave me a hint at just how many blocks that we're gonna have to use for this mountain. I like to think that I'm a self-taught builder. I kind of come up with my own ideas and ways on how I think people are doing these projects. I don't really watch a lot of how-to videos myself, which means I get to come up with my own methods when I'm building up things. And I've never built up a mountain before. So my initial idea is that we just have to connect all of these bottom bits together. And what we're going to do to start off with is just create a wall that gradually goes up to that point and gradually goes down to that point. There's a good chance that this ends up really, really ugly. I'm gonna have to do a lot of magic in between cuts. I said I wanted to build bigger. Okay, so I think I'm in a very good spot to start today's mega project. At least start it. I don't know if we're gonna get to 3Ding it, but this is the big thing that I'm really, really thinking about right now. So just kind of making this look really, really nice. And like I said at the very beginning of the episode, I want to have an amazing view coming out my front door, because this is home base right here. And I just want to come out this door and see something very, very nice. We're not even going to see the whole thing, which is really, really cool to think about. So I'm really excited to start this part of the episode. So enjoy this clip of me doing something. And then at the end of that clip, the build will be done. All right, what clip did you decide to go with, Coach? Oh, I'm embarrassed, guys. I did something so stupid. I totally forgot every method that I was using to build this up. Even the methods I showed you guys, this method right here, where you kind of place 3 blocks and then you go up and then you do this. Kind of give some, give the build a little bit of depth. Places like that. Okay, that looking like that looks like something that you would want to do. I'm embarrassed. That was the first attempt at this build. Oh, it's gonna turn out a lot better than that. But I just wanted to show you guys the ugly side of the build, because what is that? Golly. Before we take a look at the build, guys, I just want to go over comment of the day. Comment of the day 3. Since we're little worms, you should build a big worm, and every time you build up someone's suggestion, build a worm to go with it. That one's from Snail Pop. And speaking of suggestions, if you guys have any, I'll add it to this book and I'll eventually get to it. Let's look at the build. This build gave me nightmares, everybody. This build was tough to do. I didn't anticipate building a mountain to give me that much trouble, but let's kind of walk up on it, because This is a massive, massive build. And there's some details I want to go over, some details I want to highlight, but look at the size of this. This build, I think it looks so cool in the background of the world, and we're going to get closer to it in here in a sec, but those are birds. This build honestly gave me nightmares working on it, because I built up the mountain, and I was like, I don't know if I really like the shape of it too much. And it really came down to adding all the little details that I did, like some of these like little pathways leading up into like more cave entrances, like I added right there. This white glass right here is supposed to be like a waterfall coming over the edge of the mountain, and then just like the trees over on the right side of the build. After my blunder, I thought, oh, I might have to scrap this episode. I honestly might have to scrap this episode because I don't know what I'm doing like at all. And I think for not knowing what I'm doing at all, this actually came out really, really nice. I think it looks odd, but I think it looks really, really cool. And I think it comes down to the details that I put on the build, like these birds in the sky. I think that looks really, really nice. It's a nice little touch. And then the trees on the build as well look really cool. And there's more that I'll probably add to this build as we go on further in the season. But for now, I think this is a really, really cool start. It looks so like, to me, this is interesting. This is really interesting to look at. I could have just done a typical like mountain peak or a mountain range where it just kind of is boring shapes. It would have been easy. It would have been way easier than this. And after my blunder earlier, I didn't think I could come back from it. I almost had to scrap the whole episode. I almost did. But I'm glad I didn't. I stuck with it. All of this stuff, I think came out really, really nicely. This pathway over here, the overarching terraforming that I did earlier in the episode, and now this view is crazy. I think it looks so good. It looks odd. It doesn't look, I mean, but the world's fantasy. I'm being a little hard on myself right now. Let's talk about the worm. In the previous episode, I yelled at you guys. I called you guys little worms, to be exact, for not noticing details in my builds. And I was upset that you guys didn't notice the diamond ore blocks that I had been placing around the lake, around the river, and in the greenhouse. Nobody, not a single worm, not a single little worm pointed it out. This is you guys. Notice big eyeballs now, all right? So anytime, and he's overlooking everything in the world. Let's get rid of this so you can properly see everything I've just done. Goodbye, block. So from now on, you guys can't miss any of the details that I add into these builds. Because of that comment from Snailpop, I built him a little snail right there. Looking good, my guy. My loyal subordinate. And the other 17,000 of you right there. Little worm dude. We are back in my room. Has the view improved? 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's cool, guys. That's really, really cool. I'm really, really happy and pleased with how this mountain turned out and this hillside turned out. It looks really, really cool. The detailing of this world is really coming together, and I feel like I'm getting better at the game, and maybe this YouTube thing. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for today's episode on the survival series. Hope you guys enjoyed it, maybe learned something, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.